Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and WrestleMania is now behind us. It is the beginning of a brand new month, which means time for a new theme. This month, it is movies that star musicians, and we're kicking the month off with the John Wayne Western, Rio Bravo, starring John Wayne, Dean Martin, Ricky Nelson, Angie Dickinson, Walter Brennan, Ward Bond, John Russell, Claude Atkins, and Bean Russell. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. Like I said, WrestleMania is over. We're here to kick off a new month, new movies, new theme. And let me just address the elephant in the room. I apologize if my voice sounds less than usual, but you also have to figure that I have been calling nonstop action for the better part of the last 3 days. You know, the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media had coverage of Impact New Japan Pro Wrestling Multiverse United. We had coverage of Reign of Honor, Supercard of Honor, as well as the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. We called the action for NXT Stand and Deliver, as well as calling the action for Night 1 and Night 2 of WWE WrestleMania 39. I'm going to be 100% with you. I don't know if this show is going to go up today, Monday, as normal. It's definitely not going up in its normal time spot at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern, because as I sit here filming this, it is 1:20 Pacific, which means it's 4:20 Eastern, which gives me just under 2 hours to film it, edit it, upload it. So that ain't happening. If it goes up today, it'll definitely be much, much later. So in all seriousness and all realism, it's probably not going to go up till tomorrow, Tuesday. I'll throw it in the 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern time slot, which means it'll be a little bit of a precursor, a prelude, if you will, to Stat Boy Sports Bar. But let's get past all that right now. Let's not worry about that. We'll get to the shills at the end of the show. Let's get into Rio Bravo. And as our movie opens, Joe Burdett, the spoiled younger brother of wealthy land baron Nathan Burdett, taunts Dude, the town drunk, by tossing money into a spittoon. The sheriff, John T. Chance, stops Dude from reaching into the spittoon, which prompts Dude to lash out and knock Chance unconscious. Joe starts to beat Dude just for fun, shooting and killing an unarmed bystander who attempts to stop him. Chance recovers and follows Joe into Nathan's personal saloon, and, with the assistance of a regretful Dude, overcomes Nathan's men and arrests Joe for murder. Chance's friend, Pat Wheeler, then attempts to enter town with a wagon train of supplies and dynamite, but he has to force his way through Burdett's men. Chance reveals that he, Dude, who used to be the deputy before he became a drunk, and his old, crippled deputy, Stumpy, are all that stand between Nathan's small army and Joe, whom they wish to free. Chance notices a young gunslinger named Colorado Ryan, who is a part of Wheeler's wagon train, and Colorado promises him that he doesn't want to start any trouble. That evening, Carlos Robante, the owner of the local hotel, warns Chance that Wheeler is trying to recruit fighters. Chance tries to stop Wheeler, not wanting anyone to get hurt on his account. Wheeler then asks if Colorado could help, but Colorado declines, feeling that it is not his fight. Chance then notices a rigged card game at the hotel, and he recognizes one of the players as a wanted woman named Feathers, the widow of a cheating gambler. Chance decides to confront her. However, Colorado reveals that a different player is the actual cheater. Out in the street, Wheeler is gunned down. Chance and Dude pursue the killer into Nathan's saloon, and Chance allows Dude to prove himself and confront the killer. Now, Colorado and the rest of Wheeler's men have been forced to stay in town in order to await a court order to release Wheeler's possessions, and the wagons are left behind in the Burdett warehouse. After Feathers secretly stays up all night with a shotgun to guard Chance, an irritated Chance orders Feathers to leave town for her own safety, but she refuses, and the two begin to form a bond. Nathan himself rides into town, and Stumpy, having old grudges against Nathan for taking his land, threatens to shoot Joe if any trouble starts around the jail. In response, Nathan has his saloon musicians repeatedly play El Degulo, aka the Cutthroat Song. Colorado realizes that the song means that Nathan will show no mercy, and he warns Chance. Chance gives Dude back his old guns and some clothes, as well as a black hat that he left behind when he became a drunkard, while Dude gets a shave, wanting to start anew. Unfortunately, Stumpy doesn't recognize Dude when he returns, and he attempts to shoot at him, shattering Dude's nerves. The next day, Dude is still shaky, and he finds himself ambushed by Burdett's men, who threaten to kill him unless Chance lets Joe go. Colorado and Feathers distract the men just long enough for Chance to get his rifle, and he and Colorado shoot down the men and free Dude. Dude then contemplates quitting and letting Colorado take his place, but when he hears El Degulo being played, he resolves to see everything through until the end. Dude and Chance return to the hotel so that Dude can take a bath, but Burdett's men capture Carlos's wife, Consuelo, and they use her to lure Chance into a trap. Dude tells Chance to take the men to the jail under the pretext that Stumpy would let Joe out. However, Stumpy opens fire as Dude secretly predicted. In the chaos, some men drag Dude off to Burdett, who demands a trade. Dude for Joe. Chance agrees, but he brings Colorado as backup. Dude and Joe brawl during the trade, and a full-on fight ensues. Stumpy then throws some sticks of dynamite from the wagons into the warehouse where Burdett and his men are holed up. Chance detonates the dynamite with his rifle, which abruptly ends the fight. With both Burdett and their surviving gunmen now in jail, Chance is able to finally spend some time with Feathers, and he admits his feelings for her. Colorado volunteers to guard the jail, allowing Stumpy and Dude to enjoy a night out in the town as our movie comes to its end. I've never really seen that many of John Wayne's films from start to finish. The only one I can honestly think of that I have seen all the way through before was a movie called The Searchers, which ironically was on a double feature disc with Rio Bravo that I recently purchased. And my biggest complaint about John Wayne Westerns is they're 2+ hours. They are long-term storytelling, which I do enjoy long-term storytelling. However, you can't let the movie drag either. And that was my biggest point of contention with this film. I felt that there were way too many points in Rio Bravo where the story dragged. I felt like it was a good movie. I felt like it was a solid movie. The cast is amazing. John Wayne, Ricky Nelson, who was in the midst of doing the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet on television, one of the original teen heartthrobs. Dean Martin, in only his 4th film since dissolving his partnership with Jerry Lewis. Angie Dickinson, an icon of that age. You had the gentleman, I believe his name was Ward Bond, who plays Bert in It's a Wonderful Life. You've got Bean Russell, the father of Kurt Russell. And granted, his role isn't major. He doesn't have a huge part in it, but it's an important part, as Bean Russell's character is the one that Joe kills in the very beginning to kind of start everything in motion. So while not, a large amount of screen time provided, an important role to the story. Such a good cast of characters, such a great gathering of actors. And the story was good. I really enjoyed the movie. Like I said, it's 2 hours, 20 minutes. You could probably cut 20 minutes of it off. Make it just a flat, even 2 hours. And this movie would flow so much better. That's just a personal nitpick for me. But I did enjoy it overall as a whole. So that when it comes to my rating for the film, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. If it had been a little bit shorter, it probably would have been 4.5 for me. It's very rare that I give something 5 stars the first time I see it. But over time, maybe this will climb up the scales there and become a 5-star film for me. We'll have to see how things progress in the future with future viewings of Rio Bravo. Those of you that have seen Rio Bravo, what did you think? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel, as we once again open the doors not to a saloon, but to Stat Boy's Sports Bar, featuring Dory Lou. The food is hot, the beers are ice cold, and the seats are warm, so pull yourself up a bar stool and engage in some professional sports talk with your hosts, Stat Boy Mike and Dory Lou. And then the next time you will see me here on the Casa D18 Studios channel will be our next brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, as we keep going with movies that star musicians, and we take a look at the Beatles in Help, starring John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, Eleanor Braun, Leo McKern, Victor Spinetti, and Roy Kinnear. You don't want to miss out on any of that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel on Renegades Reviews. We've got Stat Boy Sports Bar featuring Dory Lou, the Beatles in their first colorized film, Help, and so much more in store for you over the course of this month. You don't want to miss out on it. So make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Statboy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of Westerns, fans of John Wayne, fans of Ricky Nelson, fans of Ozzie and Harriet, fans of Dean Martin, fans of Martin and Lewis, fans of the Rat Pack, fans of Angie Dickinson, anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to keep my visibility in YouTube's algorithms now that we are a monetized channel here on the platform. Thank you once again to everybody out there that did their due diligence, helping me to get monetized, helping me to reach that milestone, and that watched this video here today. It means so much more to me than you will ever know, and I will see you guys next time.